Thanks, Zuri. So as anyone who's traveled, they know it can get really expensive, and especially if you're not prepared for some really common costs that come with traveling abroad. And since a lot of us are going to use these summer months coming up to travel, we've got Mickey Dudas from AAA back to help us so that we don't have any unpleasant surprises when we're traveling.
You know, when you travel, you do want some surprises. You know, you want to find that little oasis or romantic.
Nice surprises.
Those are the nice ones. The ones that we're going to talk about are the ones that, with the little planning, with the travel professional, you could avoid. I think the one that gets to people that are traveling internationally is visas.
Visa fees, yeah.
Visa fees going internationally can be quite expensive.
Yeah.
Brazil, right now, it's $160 per person. And I must say, that fee is the same as what we in the United States charge the Brazil citizens to come to visit us.
Right. And that should actually be pointed out that also countries vary. It's not all
You know,
the
Russia
same.
is $170, India is around $60. But when you're doing your travel budget, you want to plan accordingly. And it can take some time to get a visa. So the tip
that's
of the
the kicker,
day
too.
is to plan and budget appropriately.
Right.
The next one that gets, and it probably is the one that people dislike the most, is the resort fees. This is something that has just started to come up. And resort fees do tend to be associated that you think you pay a room rate and you think, oh, that's included. That's to offset costs for Wi-Fi, pool, entrance, tennis.
The resort fees include all of this. That's what it's for?
That is what they
That's
are
what you're
intended.
paying for, okay.
But that is something that you want to look at. If you're planning your hotel stay, make sure you check and see if there is a resort fee. And it's not just for beach resorts. It could be the Bellagio in Las Vegas, about $22.
Oh, I didn't even know they had a resort fee. There you go.
The Omni down in Orlando is about $18. So check into it. If you shop on the online sites, you need to look and make sure you delve further in to see if those fees are going to be assessed.
Yeah, now talking about traveling abroad again.
Departure taxes.
Yeah, this is surprising for a lot of people. You don't think about that.
You don't think about it, and in some cases, like St. Kitts, it's $35 to depart. So you don't want to spend all your budget dollars on the island and forget, oh my gosh, I have to have, you know, money prepared.
Exactly.
And there are entrance fees. Punta Cana, you have to have $10 and it has to be cash. So again, in planning for your trip, make sure you look to see,
research.
or use a travel professional and we'll tell you about these costs.
Or that too, yeah.
You know, cruising. Cruising is a great value, but there are some costs. And the cruise lines nowadays, they do assess gratuities for the cabin steward, your waiter, and your busboy. Runs around $10 a day. A lot of times people forget, and so when they get their cruise bill, they want, oh my gosh, it's, you know, $140, $160. So
is it easier in those cases with the cruise ships? My family and I have been on cruises before, and my parents always carried the cash with them.
You can, most of the cruise lines nowadays put it on your shipboard account, so it's kind of like prepaid.
Right.
Of course, you have the discretion to make any changes if appropriately, up or down, if you would like. But I think it's the concept that people need to plan and budget for the gratuities.
Right. On top of what you've budgeted for the overall thing, you've got to count that in as well.
Correct, because the value of a cruise is most things are covered, but that's just one of the items that is not covered.
Right.
Baggage. I think people are used to, now we're being charged for luggage, but it keeps changing. So if you're looking at airfares and you're looking at the airline sites, you want to be cautious that you look and see, okay, am I going to be paying for the first bag, second bag? You can fly sometimes with a carrier. Their fare may be slightly higher, but the better value is that you will not be assessed a baggage fee.
Right.
And speaking of airlines, you also want to be aware that if you purchase a ticket, say you're going to Frankfurt, and you purchase it from Lufthansa, which is the German airline, if you pay for it there, you may be assessed a foreign transaction fee. The better and smarter thing to do is to see if they have a partnership with a U.S. flag carrier like United, and then purchase that transportation with United
There
Airlines.
we go. That's one I never thought of. Never thought of those foreign transaction
So a
fees.
little planning, budgets, help
Goes a long way.
And those surprises that you want, like getting entrance into the Louvre in France on the only day you're there, those are the good surprises.
Well,
these other things you can
we're
plan
lucky
for.
that you come here and help us. Thank you so much, Mickey.
You're welcome.
Good tips.